Genesis 1:26. God made us in his image and his likeness. Okay? Now get this, guys. Remember, this is maybe for somebody's review, but for the rest of us, it might be fresh like it was fresh for me when God gave it all over again. God changed Abram's name and told him who he was. He went from Abram to Abraham. Your name is a part of your identity and your function in life. In Genesis 17, verse 3 through 5, if you have your Bibles, go there. 17, verse 3 through 5. God begins to tell Abram, my covenant is with you, and you should be a father of many nations. No longer you should be called Abram, but your name shall be Abraham. For I have made you a father of many nations. Do you see that? Okay, so you see where God did what? Change Abraham and Abraham. Okay? And then he goes on to say that no longer you should be, and God changed Abraham's wife's name from Sarah and from Sarai to Sarah. Okay, you see that? I want you to write this down so you remember that God's about changing our name. Okay? And then God begins to tell him, no longer should your name become Abraham, but you should be Abraham, for I made you father of many nations. I will make you exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of you, and kings shall come from you. Okay? But get this, Abraham and Sarah did not live out their God-given destiny until they first embraced who God said they were. And that's the thing God said he wants us to know. Don't expect for you to live out your God-given destiny. Oh, you can have your destiny. Right. And then there's God-given destiny. Right. Wow. And when fear is guiding you, you don't talk to God about your God-given destiny. Because you're so afraid God's going to tell you something that you don't want to hear. Wow. That's why people make decisions independent from God and his word. Because they believe that God's going to tell me and I'm going to do something. I'm going to tell you who's telling you that. The devil. He's lying. Don't go to God. Exactly. He's going to tell you to go to Australia. Jack, you don't got no money to go to Australia. You can accomplish, not saying God can't tell you to go there, but we always think he's going to tell us something far out and crazy. You can accomplish, listen to this, you can accomplish much at one level, this is the second thing I want you to know, before you discover your new identity. You can accomplish a whole lot. That's point number 2. You can accomplish a whole lot without discovering your new identity. So before you say, after we say we're looking at our counterparts, we're looking at the world, we're looking at everybody else who's not reading, who's not on fire, who's religious, and they tell you, oh, you just fit in. Dude, I'd rather be around 5 people on fire for God in the storefront church than to be around 55,000 and bust hell wide open. I know that's right. Because I'm just blending. You can accomplish much at one level before you discover your new identity. Jacob was great. Now, Bible example. Jacob. Go with me to Jacob, chapter 28. So you can look at the world. Genesis. I'm sorry, go with me to Jacob. Thank you, Heaven. Go with me to Genesis. Genesis 28. So therefore, this removes that lie in our comparing ourselves with people that have a level of wealth that we want to justify and say, well, if they got that, so I don't need to do all of that. I mean, I just do what they did. Well, you can do what they do and get what they got, but at what cost? At what cost? There it is, right there. Oh, I can tell you some stories. There are some people who went to school, had different majors, and by the time got to medical place, not medical school, but they graduate work and all, and guess what? Some of the teachers say, okay, if you do me, I'll give you good grades. You don't do me, well, you're on your own. But they knew who they were in God. I know I know preachers who sell out for money. Why? Because I don't want to rub nobody. I just want to look real good. Oh, so what cost that you're gonna that you can be pimped for your level of success? So you can see. So therefore, there's a level of accomplishment you can make apart from God. I've been first there apart from Him. Now, Jacob. Okay, everybody say Jacob. And Jacob, in Genesis 28, verse 7, says Abraham, Isaac, and who? Jacob. So who's Jacob's father? Isaac. Okay, so now, so what did Jacob do? What did Jacob do? Took his brother's birthright. But why he took his brother's birthright? Because the brother did not respect his birthright. So don't you get mad at Jacob? He didn't think much of it. So we get mad at folk who take our stuff, but you didn't think much of it. So Jacob, and so but get this right, but yet Jacob is blessed. Okay? So in verse 7, and that Jacob obeyed his father and mother. That's all I want you to see. His blessings came as a result of his obedience. Where we feel we had to play, I don't need to obey nobody. Okay. So you get your compliment that you can get it, I promise you. By the time you get there, you look back and say, I wish I'd obeyed those that God put over me. Okay, but that's just the beginning. I just wanted to see, when you see his blessings, he'll obey his mom and dad. Okay? Now, then